So I ran across this post right here from my guy Ken Swift, and it looks like the Dallas Wings have left off Mrs. Cheryl Swoopes on the broadcasting team for the 2025 season. If you guys remember, Cheryl Swoopes, she was on the broadcasting team last year, right? And I kept on saying it. I said, Cheryl Swoopes, you are going to find yourself out of the media so fast by how you're, by how you're moving, how you're talking on other players, talking on other people's podcasts. And then obviously you guys remember last year when Dallas had to pretty much say, hey, you can't broadcast the Indiana Fever game after the little comments and things you had the game before or something like that. Yeah, I believe it was that. And Nancy Lieberman was the one who pretty much confronted Cheryl Swoopes about the whole situation and let her know, like, hey, we got to keep it this, we got to keep it that, keep it about basketball. So I'm going to go over here. I'm going to show you guys something right here, right? Nancy, let me see. Boom. So this video last year is when Nancy Lieberman, she had came on with Stephen A. Smith, and she pretty much was defending, or not defending, pretty much checking Cheryl Swoopes, I guess you should say. So let's listen to it real quick, and then we're going to tap in.
I agree 100%. This is what we all dreamed about, and it's actually happening in real time. And today's players are absolutely phenomenal. The W is the most valued women's league, in my opinion, in the world right now.
Hold on.
In college, Caitlin Clark was named the winner of the Nancy Lieberman Point Guard of the Year 2 years in a row, if I remember correctly. I want to play something you said during the broadcast. Listen to this.
Wow.
One second.
This is where the league.
One second, guys.
And whether or not you feel she's being appreciated enough.
So Nancy loves Caitlin Clark. She has had Caitlin Clark's back. She's spoken highly about Caitlin Clark. And like I said, she has pretty much confronted Cheryl Swoopes about the whole situation. I believe it's in this video where she speaks about
some members in the female basketball community.
Well, I think you bring up a great point. It's so important for us to understand that there's going to be generational players. I'm not saying everybody's not going to be at the same talent level, but I'm saying that Caitlin Clark has just caught the attention of the world. She might be right now, maybe her and Simone Biles, the most visible women athletes in the world right now. And this is a good thing for sports. And internally, we can be women. We could be our worst enemies. We should embrace people who take us to another level. And she's done that, and it's proven from her collegiate days with TV, with jersey sales, with arenas being filled. Why wouldn't you want to ride that train to success? Because it will change your tax bracket, incrementally because of what she's doing. And there's so many great players like A'ja Wilson. She's my unanimous MVP in this league. I don't think there's a player in the world right now better than A'ja Wilson. And we got great rookies. Angel Reese just, broke this incredible rebounding record, single season in WNBA history. These young players, Rickea Jackson, Carmela Cardoza. I mean, this is a great time. But it's the veterans and the youth. We have to come together because everybody has a hand in our growth. And, as good as some of the...
So if you hear Nancy, right, mind you guys, this is from last year, the veterans and the rookies and all the girls, we all have to come together. That's what Nancy was all about. She was keeping it very, hey, let's bring this women's game let's bring it all together. Let's grow this thing together. And the question was talking about how older people or older players in the league pretty much should going about what's going on in the league. And Nancy knows Caitlin Clark is the biggest. She's got the eyes. She's got the fans. Let's not try to sink it. Let's try to get on the boat with her. And let's grow the game. Meaning bring the veterans and rookies, everybody together. Right? This is what Cheryl Swoopes did not do. She only tried to do that for Angel Reese. She only tried to do that for Rickea Jackson. It was never, she never mentioned anything about Kate Martin, any player, unless they were black, pretty much. Just being honest with you. She wore a lot of black shirts, Black Lives Matter, this type of stuff, which is great. It's all love. It's all good. But there was clear hate between Cheryl Swoopes, Caitlin Clark. She pushed the agenda for Angel Reese heavy. Excuse me. And like I said, Dallas now, not to get away from the whole first topic, Dallas has now left Cheryl Swoopes off of the broadcasting team pretty much because of what have happened last year, pretty much. In my opinion, why else would they leave her off the broadcasting team? And not Nancy.
We didn't move the needle like Caitlin is moving the needle, and everybody is benefiting from it.
You know, Nancy, I've been bringing this up for months. And female basketball, all the tremendous effort, by the way, your advantage to benefit everybody. And on team.
Well, they came at you really hard, and that was short-sighted because, first of all, she very well could have played and should have played. In my opinion, I align with you on Team USA. I am saying this, as you know, I'm still the youngest Olympic basketball player ever. In 1976, I was a high school senior. I was 17 years old. And the late Billy Moore, the Hall of Famer, my coach, she had one pick, and she picked me for the future of the game because she knew the last player who was a great and All-American, just a star of stars, wouldn't get a lot of minutes. So she used that position, and I thought that this team could have used Caitlin Clark for that same express reason, because she was going to bring more eyeballs. She was going to make USA basketball, more prominent. And we're talking about economics here. We're not just talking about,
Right.
because. We're talking.
So look, this is an hour-long video. I didn't, recognize it was an hour. The Cheryl Swoopes, it's pretty much. So look, she didn't directly mention her at the beginning, but this whole video was about Cheryl Swoopes. You can see Caitlin Clark defended by Nancy Lieberman on Cheryl Swoopes hate. So it's in there. It's all in here somewhere. It's an hour long. I'm not going to take you guys through the whole thing. But yeah. Cheryl Swoopes, this is kind of what you get for kind of not jumping on the tide, jumping on the boat. You were supposed to go and elevate with this whole situation. Your broadcasting career, everything, Cheryl. Your podcasting, whatever you do, you're supposed to be elevating. But instead, you decided to show hate, very clear hate towards Caitlin Clark. Very clear hate. Right? And now this is kind of like what you get for it, in a way. Respectfully. Right? All due respect, I won't be missing you broadcasting the games, because when you broadcasted the games, it was so hard for you to mention Caitlin Clark. How are you up there talking about, you kept mentioning, the Indiana Fever are doing this. Kelsey Mitchell and the Indiana Fever. Aaliyah Boston and Kelsey Mitchell and those girls are doing. You had such the hardest time mentioning Caitlin Clark's name. Why? I don't get it. I really don't know. Right? So, back to the main topic. Ron Thulin, Fran Harris, Nancy Lieberman, sideline reporter Tiffany Bias Patmon, Bob Steinfeld, producer. So no Cheryl Swoopes, man. And I don't know if this is who replaced her. I just don't know if they just didn't add her for this year and took a spot away. But Nancy's there. So shout out to Nancy for last year for sticking up for Clark and, not letting anything get in the way of you being true to yourself. So that's what I would say, man. But let me know what you guys think about the situation. I'm not going to make this video too long. We got some other things to get to as far as content. But yeah, man, no Cheryl Swoopes this year. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know how you guys feel. We'll catch you on the next video. I'm out.